Hello Virgo, and welcome to your monthly tarot advice video for the month of June. Before we get started, I'm super excited to announce that I now offer one-to-one live Zoom sessions where we can sit, chat, you get to ask some questions, and we can really dive into the energies that come through for you. Those will be linked down below, as well as a code for 20% off all Zoom sessions for the whole month of June. That is all linked down below, and with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into your reading for the month of June. We'll see what you might need to know, but as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. What does Virgo need to know, please, Spirit, for the month of June? What's coming through for Virgo, please, Spirit? Flourish. So this says, the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from your experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. This is a very interesting energy to come through, because as I was pre-shuffling some of these cards and thinking about your energy and thinking about the messages that might come through for you, I got this feeling of almost refining your craft. Whatever it is that you're working on, it feels like right now you're in that energy of perfecting. And I just think it's natural Virgo energy to just be constantly thinking about little things to tweak or change to refine this. Again, learn from your experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life. So maybe turning focus onto the things that we feel a bit unsure about in these projects maybe. Let's go ahead and see what's coming through in tarot for you. So the current energy or the theme of the month for Virgo, please, Spirit. What's coming through for Virgo, please, Spirit? What's the theme of the month for June? So we have the Ace of Wands and the Emperor coming through. It's very interesting energy. Like I said, it does feel like this new passion, new beginning, and it's really, I don't want to say that it's a new passion, because it feels like, again, it is an existing passion, but it feels like a new appreciation for the passion or the role that you have to take on. I feel like you're almost taking charge in some way and having a bit of a leadership role towards, again, it does feel like you're very much refining, editing, brushing up, getting really into the detail work, and it's almost giving you a different type of appreciation for your craft, seeing it on a deeper level and different understanding of it, a different perspective, seeing it from the throne instead of, you know, being the knight or being the king. Let's see what challenges you might face this month. What are some challenges Virgo might encounter, please, Spirit, in the month of June? Competition, conflict, inner conflict, bad luck. I think it is, again, a natural Virgo thing to want to make it as good as it can be. Oh, it's never good. And I know personally, as a Virgo myself, you know, I feel like I could always do more. I could always change something, and it does provide that conflict within you where, again, you are never really pleasing yourself and it's never good enough. And then you start to view it in this negative light of, it's not going my way, it's not good enough, it's not. And then, again, you're spiraling into negativity and not allowing to see. Again, it's all about learning from your experiences. Okay, so you didn't do it how you wanted the first time. Okay, next time you know that you would do it differently. Again, this shouldn't, I feel like you're always wanting to compete, but your biggest competitor is your own vision, and it's never going to be exactly like how you envision it. Again, it is about finding the appreciation along the way. Next, we're going to look into work, career, and purpose. Now, this does not have to be that traditional 9-to-5 career. This can also be projects you're working on, anything really that you dedicate your time and energy into, anything the way you feel you're disciplined, it provides you with a purpose, whatever you define as your work. But let's see what's coming through for my Virgos for their work and their purpose, please, Spirit. What's coming through in the month of June for Virgos' work? Have the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So there it is again, you really are learning from your experiences, learning from past mistakes. That's all the Knight of Swords is about. It's also about, I want to say it's about being a critical thinker for you here, because with the Knight of Swords, he takes a step back, he has patience. You know, the Page of Swords, he has an idea, he has a thought, he has to play out, he has to say, he has to swing that sword around, right? The Knight of Swords, he's learned, you know, from his past experiences, from mistakes, he's learned his lessons to be a little bit, I want to say, like, not gentle, but he's able to slow down and think things through a little bit. And I think that's very important for you now, is to have more of a plan, because we also do have the Two of Wands here on the bottom of the deck. So it really is about having plans and backup plans. And it's interesting, you also have the World on the bottom of the deck there, and the Four of Wands. So I'm feeling like it is very much for you right now, refining your craft, getting done with the detail work. The World can be about endings, closure and acceptance. And I think right now for you, it is that acceptance of things will never be perfect, that you're always going to be in this stage of learning. I think that's something you're also really struggling with, and that's a challenge for you, is that you're never going to be perfect at your craft. You're never going to be the best. You're never, because there's always going to be more to learn. There's always going to be more to do, and more to learn, and more to try, and more to think about. But the Knight of Swords, he almost loves the challenge of it, that there's more to learn, there's more knowledge out there, there's more understanding, and he sees everything as an opportunity. Every challenge is an opportunity for the Knight of Swords, because he's excited. You know, everything is an opportunity. Every mistake, every lesson, everything. And with the Ace of Pentacles, there is definitely things are stepping up in your career, your work and finances this month. The universe offering you opportunities. Again, your hard work is starting to pay off. And I think it's because you're starting to zoom out. A big thing for you is like you're showing up. You're zooming out. You're not, again, even though you're refining and you're doing the detail work, you're zooming out from the bigger picture, and you're, again, taking appreciation in the little things, the day-to-day things, and seeing really your craft from a different perspective. Next, we're going to tap into your connections. We'll see. This can be friendships, family, lovers, co-workers, just general connections with others in the world. What are the Virgo's connections looking like? In the month of June, please, Spirit, what's coming through for Virgo's connections, please? We have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. It's really interesting. Obviously, we have a lot of Pentacles coming through, and we have a lot of Wands coming through. So what I am feeling is a lot of work on trying to get right with your finances here. Again, when you're handed opportunities, you're wanting to make sure that you're using it to propel yourself for the future that you're wanting to build. With the Page of Pentacles, it's coming through in your connection, so I don't know if it's someone wanting to help with your finances or asking for help with their finances. As we clarify further, I'm sure we can get deep into that. But since you are having a lot of opportunities coming in your work and career, it is something to be wary of, that people might take notice of your abundance and your prosperity, and they might want to shimmy in a little bit closer for that one. So that's something to be aware of in your connections. It's interesting you have the Two of Cups when I split the deck, because maybe there is a soulmate connection that feels like a bit irresponsible with their money in some way. Let's see some advice for Virgo for the month ahead, please, Spirit. What's some advice? So we have the Three of Wands. It's funny you had the Two of Wands and now the Three of Wands. So it is about planning. It is about action here. We also have the Queen of Cups. I don't know why I wanted to say, like, don't show all your cards. You know, keep some things just for yourself. I do feel a little bit of past issues with your finances, and right now, again, with the Knight of Swords, you're really working towards bettering that. I think the Three of Wands is here to say to have plans in place. And again, with flourish, you have this opportunity for your finances to flourish this month, for the hard work and dedication that you've been putting in to flourish and to grow. But you have to have wise plans on how you deal with that, and then and taking action on those plans. It's very easy to just get caught up in the way of life and forget that we said we'd put some money aside, or forget that we said we'd do this bit of work and that bit of work. Queen of Cups, people are thinking you're closed off right now, but it's coming from a place of self-preservation. There's a lot going on in your career and in your finances and in your passions right now that you have to put a pause on your emotional world, because you want to put the time and energy into bettering yourself in all these plans that you have. So it's not that you're closed off emotionally, it's almost that you have to pull back on the emotions so that you have the energy to spend elsewhere. I feel like you're almost very an intuitive and emotional person. You're very sensitive. And it's not that people are seeing you as cold right now, but I feel like you need to realize that you're putting a pause on this. You're not operating from an emotional space right now. You're operating from the Knight of Swords and the Emperor, this leadership role, this passionate, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to be out there energy. We will start to clarify and see how this message might come through a little bit deeper for you. We're going to start with the Ace of Pentacles. We're starting with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is here as your current energy or theme of the month. So why is this here for Virgos for the month of June, please? What is this coming through as? The Chariot. I love to see it. You're just all steam ahead. Full steam ahead. You're just charging straight ahead with this one. I think that's also why the Three of Wands is here for you. As a Virgo, you want to plan and make sure everything's perfect. But right now, this is a month for action for you. Okay, you've been refining, you've been doing the detail work, you've been doing all of that, and now it's time to take the action to have movement. So again, don't be afraid to get off of your throne here as an Emperor. Don't be afraid to hop into the Chariot and get behind the driver's wheel if you must. But I feel like you're almost being, the way, even if you feel like you don't. When you start driving, your inner sat-nav is going to kick off. Clarify this Emperor, please. Why is this the current energy for Virgos? Why is the Emperor here? The Queen of Wands. So it really is about having that confidence in yourself. Right now is the time to keep, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's time to keep watering your garden. It's time to keep putting in the time and energy, showing up day to day with the dedication. And the Queen of Wands, it's about being confident and passionate about where you're going. And it's like, I think like you're no longer doubting yourself, because you're just so fully sure, so fully confident, so fully capable of this that you don't see a way that it is failing. I think what the word is, you're so self-assured right now that I feel like nothing can rock you, but you have to take this energy and actually move forward with it so it doesn't just fizzle out. For challenges, you had the Five of Wands. Again, I said this feels like a conflict. What is this Five of Wands? Why is this a challenge for Virgos this month, please, Spirit? And we have the Five of Cups. I do feel like this is coming from that place of, I guess the word I want to say is neglect. I don't know if you feel like you're neglecting others, or others feel like you're neglecting them, or you feel like you're neglecting your emotional world. I feel like you have this energy where you feel like you're not doing enough. Which just isn't the case. There's a lot going on. You've got a lot on your plate right now, and I think you're competing with this idea that you need to do more, that you shouldn't neglect your emotional world, you shouldn't neglect the people around you, but it's like your energy is focused on your plans. With the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck again, your energy is currently focused on the plans that you have been planning for so long. Okay, it's not selfish for you to say, these were my plans, I'm gonna stick to them, and I'm gonna show up for myself, and I'm going to choose myself, and I'm going to choose, again, the plans that you have been planning all this time. Three of Wands is for you to keep taking action. The Chariot is here for you to keep taking action, keep moving forward with it. We're going to go ahead and clarify the Wheel next. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here as a challenge for my lovely Virgos? Why is this a challenge this month? And we have the Tower. I don't know if it's you expecting or waiting for the other shoe to drop, or you're expecting things to just go tits up. I don't know why you're thinking that and feeling that. I feel like it's just kind of something that you expected. Again, the wheel is always turning, and there will be these moments. But for you, you focus so much heavily on them happening and expecting them to happen that you, again, are not appreciating the good. You think that when you kind of pull back your energy from certain areas and give to the areas that you deem important, your career, your passions, your hobbies, these are important areas for your energy to go. You should not feel selfish. You should not feel negative for pulling back your energy in order to give to places that you deem important. Okay, and that's something you really have to focus on right now. Is there'll be a time where you will shift your energy around again, and you'll spend more time with your friends, or you'll spend more time on your journal. But right now is the time for you to be learning from your experiences and putting yourself out there and building these opportunities for yourself. I'm excited for this Ace of Pentacles that's coming through for you. So let's see what this might look like for you, Virgo. What's this Ace of Pentacles, please? What's this going to look like for Virgos? What's this Ace of Pentacles, this opportunity? What is this, please, Spirit? Was that the Six of Pentacles? It was the Six of Pentacles. So this feels like an honest exchange for your hard work being rewarded in monetary value. So if you have some services that you offer, maybe a shop, I feel like you're giving out and you're getting back, you're getting returns on that. That's really nice. And you also have the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be a great time for you to look at investing this money wisely so that it keeps growing for you in the future. Let's clarify this Knight of Swords. What is this Knight of Swords doing here for work and purpose? Why is this showing up in the space for Virgos this month? Please, Spirit. Whoa, we got two here. We have the Lovers and we have the Four of Swords. I think this is coming through because when we get hurt with maybe a misstep, bad actions, things maybe not going our way, we then have that choice of, do we take a break, do we rest, or do we patch ourselves up and try again? And there's no wrong answer here with how you deal with this, where how you deal with what you deem as a fail, what you deem as a mistake. Again, this is about your choice to show up for yourself compassionately. Is that you showing yourself compassion by taking a break, taking a rest, and trying again? Or are you the type of person to just, bandage yourself up and get back on your horse? Again, there's no right or wrong answer there, but it's about doing what feels true to you and what helps you learn and want to try again. It's like as a kid when you fall off your bike, you feel hesitant to wanting to try again, but sometimes your parents would say something that kind of sparks it back into you, or you see your friends out and it's like, okay, I do want to try again. But sometimes you have to take that break. Sometimes you'll be the one to dust yourselves off and get straight back up, but that's not always everybody. And that's, again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's about what is compassionate to yourself during this time, and that's where the universe will reward you, especially with these pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is coming through for your connections, and I do feel like it is maybe someone a bit immature with their money. Someone has I don't want to say it, I want to say everybody's got a sob story, so I don't know why they can't grow up here. That sounds harsh, but I feel like this has been a very recurring thing for you, and it's starting to actually affect you and bleed over onto you. You don't have to heal other people's wounds, especially when it does come to their material world, their finances, or their opportunities. You can try to push people into the right direction, but when you're around all these people that just can't help but talk about all the things that are wrong and all the things that they're lacking, and it starts to wear off on you and it starts to drain you. For you to have the success that is coming through for you in your reading, to avoid these tower moments, again, you have to pull back your energy from places where it is draining. You have to be able to be in high vibrations so that the things that you want that are equally as high vibrational can come to you. You also had the Queen of Wands, and she's very magnetic, okay? She draws in what is meant for her, and that comes from her putting out the same frequency. It's like if you're wanting to bring in love to your life, you put out love and it finds you back. If you're wanting to find happiness, you put out happiness and it comes. You have to be on the same level. If you're operating from a low frequency, from a lack mindset, that's just going to keep showing up in your day-to-day life. It's going to show up as towers. It's going to show up as you not learning your lesson. And it's going to show up as a lack of opportunity. So just being aware of who you're spending your time around. If you're spending your time around with a lot of people that aren't quite great with their money and you find that you're not doing the best, then again, it's time to reevaluate that. Let's clarify. Okay, the Eight of Wands is also coming through. So this is about moving with people that move with you. Moving with people that are moving in the same direction with a similar mindset, that share the same energy, share the same values. Obviously, you're not going to see eye to eye with a lot of people, but when people or can raise your vibration, you want to raise their vibration. You want to raise your own vibration. You want to keep that high energy. And I think that's very important for you right now, Virgo. Let's clarify this 9 of Pentacles. Why is this in the connections? 7 of Wands. You just want help. But it's not your fight to fight. It's not your problem to fix. Just because you may be in a position to give doesn't mean that it is your position to give, you know? You have all these 9 pentacles, but again, it's your hard work. It's your dedication that got you to this 9 pentacles. It's you putting in the hard work, putting in the dedication, and you're still trying to get that 10, that legacy, that bright future almost. And when you have to give or defend or help or fight for others, it starts to drain on your own resources. So again, if people are constantly in these lack mindsets, constantly in these wounds that they're not healing, it's not your place to keep helping them, especially like I said, when it starts to affect you, and it starts to bring in these 5 of Cups and this Tower moment, when it raises your low vibration. It's okay to step away, and it's not selfish to say, I need some time by myself. I think also there's this energy of you want to be a people pleaser, you know? All day you're at work, and then you come home and you have to look after the house and look after your pets, and then your friends want to hang out and you don't have the energy. And you keep saying, yeah, and you keep showing up because you want to be a good friend, but it's draining you and it's wearing you down. That does not make you a good friend, and it doesn't make you good to yourself. And again, these decisions that you make, you don't have to defend. You don't have to defend yourself on where you put your energy and who you show up for and how you show up for them, okay? The people that fight it aren't the true people that you need in your life. And the people that understand will let you be. And I think that's very important for you at this time, especially when you're building towards so much. I think for any Virgos out there building careers, building businesses, working for yourself, a lot of good is coming in for you, and it is really flourishing. So don't be so hard on yourself. Again, it's all about keeping your focus forward so that you can keep propelling yourself forward. Let's clarify the 3 of Wands. I see this as just keeping the action going. Even if it's slowly and surely, even if it's showing up little by little, day by day, it's all moving the needle. What is this 3 of Wands, please, for my lovely Virgos? The 10 of Cups. It's interesting the 10 of Cups comes out because I feel like you've got a different idea of what you're building towards now. It's still a similar plan, it's still a similar steps, but it feels like the actions you're going to take are going to be a little bit different. Because you're wanting emotional fulfillment. You've got connections that you want to share with different people now. I feel like, I don't know why it feels like you want to build a life that you're happy to share with others. And that comes with you showing up for yourself first. You know, when you want people to be around to see the beautiful life you've created, you want to be able to say, like, I built it for myself first. And that, again, comes with sometimes withdrawing your energy. 3 Wands on the bottom of the deck there. So again, set some plans in motion and keep your word on them. But if you need to pull back your own energy, like I say, it's not selfish. Is that the word? Conserving your energy? That's what it feels like. The Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups here for advice? The 8 of Cups. Again, it's not selfish to need to have space and need time. And you can always, the right people will let you walk back into their life at any moment. They will understand. And the people that don't understand are the people that you don't need in your life. And with the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck, it feels like you're kind of understanding that. Is that, you know, the right people that are meant for me will understand. They will hold space for me. They will welcome me back when the time is right. And the people that don't understand, the people that see this as a threat or see this as hatred or see this as me needing distance and wanting space, and those people, they aren't deserving of your love and they aren't deserving of your light. That is all I have for your reading this month. I hope you did enjoy it. Please do check out the Zoom sessions linked down below. And if you've watched this far, I truly appreciate you.